Hi guys, welcome to the channel. So as a part of this video, I'm going to take a mock interview for the skill manual testing with one of my subscriber. Her name is Tejal. So let's welcome her. Hi Tejal, how are you?
Uh, Hello, sir. I'm good. How are
Okay.
you?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm good. Call me Manish. My name is Manish. You can call me Manish.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay, sure. So, can you tell me a little about yourself?
Okay, fine. Hello, good morning. My name is Tejal Shah. I have almost 3 year of experience, in which 1 year from Divya Bhaskar as a back office assistant, and since last 2 year I am working with Career Abroad Visa and Immigration Field as a back office admin. Now come
Okay.
to my education background. Like I have completed diploma. Then after the 10th standard, I have completed diploma from Sigma Institute Computer Engineering. Then I have completed bachelor from IGNU in current year 2020.
Okay.
Then after that I have joining Unicode Technology for making a course in software testing field.
Okay.
Uh, then I'm founding the job regarding the same field, and
Okay.
also like my hobbies are listening music,
Okay.
for because music relieves my stress level. Oh, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So you have not got the opportunity till now to work in software testing field, is it?
Yeah, and still I'm trying to find this same from last 2 months.
No issue, no issue. You will get it for sure. No worries.
Sure.
Um, so you have done the course, is it? Manual testing course you have done.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Which area you are located in India?
Gujarat, Baroda.
Okay. Fine, fine, fine. Okay. Are you comfortable? Shall we start?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, sure, definitely. So you know that this is getting recorded and this will go to my YouTube channel. You are aware of this, right?
Yes, sir.
Sure, sure. So let's start this. This session will be for approximately 40 questions. I will be asking you a few questions regarding manual testing skills. In case you know the answer, you can let me know. In case you do not know, you can let me know to skip the question. No need to worry. The reason I'm telling
Okay.
all these things because you need not be worried about any question.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Sure. So can you tell me what do you mean by bug tracking or defect tracking?
Tracking. I know about bug and defect, but maybe bug tracking and tracking is comes in under Jira session.
Okay. What is the meaning of bug tracking?
Maybe bug tracking is known as the status of track to track that bug.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Yeah,
Not
bug tracking is nothing
more
but you are
about
tracking the bugs that you have raised or the bugs that you are going to raise.
status of that bug.
See, bug
Yeah.
tracking is nothing but you are tracking the list of all the bugs that you are going to raise or that you have already raised. Maybe in any
Okay.
bug tool, maybe Jira or maybe anything. That's
Okay.
almost good answer, right? Can you let me know what do you mean by release note? If you are aware of this term, release notes.
No, sir. I just heard first time this
Oh, is
release
it
note.
release note you have not heard of?
No.
Okay, no issue, no issue, no issue. No issue. I have uploaded a video called as
Okay.
uh, test plan. Uh, in that, I have spoke about release note. Uh,
Okay.
you
Sure.
can have a look into that after this video. No issues. Uh, can you tell me what do you mean by integration testing?
Yeah, integration testing is a process to integrate or interface between two module or unit. Like for example, we can say that in Gmail, like in Gmail, there is inbox or compose email and sandbox also. So if we write any email or we compose any email, that email should also show in sandbox. So that is interface between compose email and sandbox. Also, integration testing have two type: non-incremental approach and incremental approach.
Okay.
In non-incremental approach, top 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 up approach is included and bottom up approach. In top up approach, we will testing the scenario from top to bottom. higher level modular first we will test, and then lower level, and from lower level to higher level we will integrate that, and again we will check and test that.
Okay. So
And in bottom, yes.
tell me.
Okay, in bottom up approach, we will taste from bottom to top, and then integrate it, and then again retest on that. In bottom up approach, we will use driver page as a, if the, like for example, if we want to test, we want to test the any login page in any website, login and admin page. So if the admin page is not ready for integration testing, so we will use for driver as the admin page. Once the admin page is completely ready for development, we will replace that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you
And in
said,
top,
okay, you said this top down and bottom up, right? These are of two types of testing, which comes under non-incremental or incremental.
non-incremental.
Okay, it comes under incremental integration testing, not non-incremental. Just telling you for a safer side. I
Okay,
mean, after this video,
sure,
you can
sure.
have a look. No issues. Okay.
Okay,
No issue. No issue. In incremental integration testing, you have two types. What you said, that is correct.
okay, in incremental.
Yeah, in
Okay,
incremental.
sure.
And can you tell me what do you mean by non-incremental integration testing? Like what you do in non-incremental integration testing?
Hmm. About non-incremental integration testing, I am not aware, because I just read about top-down and bottom-up approach,
Okay.
and then after I know कि integration testing having these two type.
Okay. No issue. No issue. See, in non-incremental integration testing, what you do is you take all the modules, you mix up all the modules, and you check the data flow between them. Like
Okay.
you said, in incremental you have two types, right? Top down and bottom up, where you check the data flow
Hmm.
from bottom to up or top to bottom.
Top to
But
bottom.
in non-incremental integration testing, you mix all the modules and check the data flow between them. This is
Yeah.
non-incremental integration testing. Fine. That's a good answer. Have you heard of the term called as exhaustive testing? Any idea about this?
It's exploratory testing.
Okay, you can tell me about exploratory testing, but I asked you about what I asked you. I asked you about what I asked you.
Ex-
I asked you about exhaustive testing. That is something different.
okay, maybe exhaustive testing is known as soak testing.
No, no, no.
No.
I think you're getting confused between soak and endurance testing.
No, I know about soak and endurance, both are same, which is comes under performance testing, but
Okay.
endurance testing is
See, I will tell you.
I don't know.
Exhaustive testing is a type of testing. See, when when you have a particular text field and the requirement says that it will accept a decimal value, when it says that it will accept a decimal value, you have tested it with zero point 0.1 value and you are checking whether it is accepting or not. Now, after entering 0.1 value, you saw that it is working fine. But now you are doing exhaustive testing by testing it with multiple data. Multiple data in the sense, now you are testing with 1.1 and checking whether it is accepting or not. Now you are checking with 2.2. Now you are checking with 10.3. It's a waste of time, right? That is called as exhaustive testing.
Okay.
That's okay, no issue. Can you tell me the one you said me exploratory testing? What do you mean by that?
Okay, in exploratory testing, we don't have any requirement. We have to explore by ourselves. Explore the overall website by ourselves, and checking the all the requirement. Navigate from one link to another link and explore the overall website and checking if any bug or any defect found on it, or all the requirements are met or not.
Okay. Where will you see this type of testing?
Exploratory testing,
Yeah.
where I have C, right?
Yeah, where you will see this type of testing. I mean, when you will do this type of testing.
Okay, for example, if any company environment, we don't have any like as a fresher, if I am going in any company, so maybe that is not possible. They will directly provide me the requirement and working on the same. They will inform me this is a website, you should explore it and you should do the exploratory testing. So maybe it is possible they inform the new fresher for working on it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So that's absolutely correct answer. But in a very easy language, you can say that where documents is missing, where test cases documents are not
Yeah,
there, you will do exploratory testing. That's absolutely correct.
testing.
The one you said me, endurance testing or endurance testing, the one you said me, can you tell me what is that?
Okay. In endurance testing, we will that is one part of performance testing. In this, we will provide the scalability and response time by providing the load by number of times. Like if I provide any example,
No, you may just make me understand what do you mean by endurance testing. If you're comfortable explaining what do you mean by endurance testing or soak testing, just explain me that. Take your time, no issue. What you said me is almost correct. You can go ahead.
okay, in endurance testing, we will put load on a testing like by number of times.
Number of
Not
times.
aware, sure.
Okay, that's not the exact definition. Your soak testing is nothing but testing the stability and response time of an
Response
application
time.
by applying the load and leaving that load as it is for a longer period of time.
Yeah, longer period of time.
No issue, no issue. I know that you have a knowledge of this, but it just missed from your mind. No issues. Can you tell me about what do you mean by black box testing, if you are aware of?
In black box testing, we will do testing by informal way. We will not checking the code or any internal part of the application or website. We will doing that. That is in black box testing.
Okay. Can you give me some example of types of testing that comes under black box?
Boundary value analysis
No, 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 no.
types of.
I'm asking what are the types of testing that comes under black box testing? I didn't ask you about black box testing design techniques. I didn't ask you about test case design techniques. I'm asking
Types of.
you have black box testing, right? In that black box testing, what are the types?
Functional, non-functional, not common that. No, sir.
No issue, no issue. See, black box testing is nothing but where code is not visible to you.
Yeah.
You have your mobile, you will be testing some application in it. You are not seeing the code, how it is written, but you are testing it. You are doing component testing, you are doing integration testing,
Yeah.
you are doing system testing, you are doing acceptance testing, you are doing smoke, sanity, any testing that you do in this mobile or any web application where code is not visible. When you are testing this particular any application in this mobile, code is not visible to you, right? How it
Yes.
is written, that is not visible to you. That is called as black box testing.
Okay.
Got it right?
Yeah, sure. 100%.
Okay, definitely sure. Just because you're a fresher, I want to know what are the components that you have in test case writing, test case template. What are all the components that you have? This is, let me tell you that when you apply any job, when you apply for the position of software QA engineer as a fresher, this is the mandatory question that they are going to ask you. So I'm expecting the answer.
Serial number
Okay.
first, then first serial number, then test case description,
Okay.
then test preconditions,
Good.
test case idea again, precondition, then actual result, expected result, defect. actual result, expected result, main result, pass or fail, then test case, bug ID,
Correct.
and one more is include that bug ID as well as
The answer that you gave is 100% correct. See, most of the companies do not expect you to tell more. Whatever you have said is 100% correct. If you want to add more data into it, you can add whether it is automated or not.
yeah, that.
Okay. I think you have seen my video, this one. That's why you are
Yes,
aware.
sir.
Okay. That's okay. Really like your answer. Good. Just because you're a fresher, this question that I'm going to ask you, that is common where each and everyone is going to ask you this question. Can you explain me about bug life cycle?
Okay, first bug life cycle. If any tester find any bug,
Tell me in a very, don't tell me for full definition. Just tell me the stages that is that it has in a very fast way. Just tell me.
mm, okay, new first bug find, then open. If it is bug is really bug or not, that is decided by developer or tester. New, maybe open, new open, then which one is also
Okay, when you raised a bug, it is new. Now, to whom it will go?
open stage. If it is check this bug is really bug or not.
Okay, then
Okay,
to whom it will go?
and
It will go to developer.
yes,
What developer will do now?
developer will be checking that bug, that is it is a bug or it is not a bug. Then if it is bug, then that will be resolve that bug.
Okay, after resolving that bug from dev side, what he will do?
Sorry, I'm not here.
Okay, after dev
After
has fixed the bug, what he will do? What developer will do now?
providing the tester for retesting it,
Correct. Now, what test engineer will do?
they will do retesting on it, and if the bug is fixed, then that is come under the fix, and if the bug is resolved, then that is under the close statement.
If bug is fixed, then you will close it. If bug is
Yes.
if bug is not fixed, then what you will do?
Again raise the bug to and inform the developer for
Okay.
resolve it.
Same bug you can reopen it. That's all.
Yeah, reopen.
Okay, that's fantastic. Do you know about negative testing? What it is?
Definition.
No, no. Just I'm just asking. Do you know about negative testing? What it is?
Yeah, if we say negative testing, as a developer we have to check in both way, like positive as well as negative, that the system doesn't accept any negative value. Like for example, login id and password we have. So suppose we do blank it, we will not add any login id and password, and directly we will click on the submit button, and the uh, application goes to the next page. So that is one type of but segment of negative testing that is not possible to do.
Okay. Can you just tell me in a easy language what do you mean by negative testing?
Okay. Negative testing, requirement are not met, it comes under the negative testing. So client requirement are not met.
Okay. Mm, not happy with your answer. Okay. I just want to know, in your negative testing, you will check the requirement or you will not check?
mm, Maybe in negative testing we don't need to check the requirement, we will do by ourselves, and explore the things, like it is possible or not possible, that the
Okay.
system should accept or not
Yeah,
accept.
yeah,
That
exactly.
is comes under the negative testing.
Correct, correct, correct. So in negative testing, what you do is you keep the requirement aside and you test the
Hmm.
application without looking into the requirement. In negative testing, your main idea of doing negative testing is somehow to break the application.
Hmm.
Maybe they have given a particular field where it is saying that it will accept only numeric data. This is the requirement. Now you're keeping the requirement aside, and now you're testing with all the dummy data, all the
Yes.
negative data. Let's say you
Characters,
are checking
symbols.
with all the alphanumeric data, all the special characters data, alphanumeric or special characters data, blank data. That is negative
Hmm.
testing. What you said is absolutely correct. Fine. Uh, can you tell me whether ad hoc testing and negative testing are same or they are different?
Different.
Okay. Do you know what is ad hoc?
Yeah. Ad hoc testing, we will do the testing in informal way. Maybe we will not need any requirement or for checking that testing. We will check by ourselves and do the testing.
Same thing is negative, right? So
Yes.
what I'm saying is your ad hoc testing is same as negative testing.
Negative testing.
This has different names also. That is gorilla testing, monkey testing. If you're a
Monkey
fresher
testing.
applying anywhere, they can ask you
Yeah,
any.
I have checked in video that all names are informed in that.
Okay, okay. When you're applying anywhere, they can ask you either either they can ask you what is monkey testing. They can ask you what is gorilla testing, ad hoc testing, negative testing. Answer is same. What you said. Fine. Do you know what you mean by recovery testing? Have you heard of this term, recovery?
No.
Okay, 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 okay. If I have to tell you, in mobile, if you are opening up Google Chrome with multiple tabs in it, each tab you have opened something different. Let's say in one tab you have opened Facebook, different tab YouTube, and suddenly your battery goes off. When you have charged your mobile, you have switched on your mobile. If you open Google Chrome,
Same.
there will be a tab called as Restore the Data. When you click on
Yes,
Restore,
yes, yes.
all the tabs will come as it is, how it was before. That is called as recovery testing.
Okay.
Checking the checking your phone, checking your application whether it is able to withstand the disaster or not. Means because of something it got missed. Now you are checking it whether it is really as it is or not. That is called as recovery testing. Got it right? Do you
Yes,
agree
sir.
with me?
Yes, I will also check the video.
Okay, sure, sure, sure. I want to know few differences between test case and test scenario.
Scenario. Okay. Test scenario is detailed description. Means in a single line, but in detailed description of the if we do in any test cases. While test case is a step-by-step procedure with serial number, test case ID, it is pass or failed or not. That all description comes under the test case. If for example any person who don't know any information about the testing should read the test scenario can also able or understand the testing process, as well as if same person should want to execute the test cases, that also easily read that test steps and can easily run or execute the test cases.
Tell me more.
So yeah, just 1 minute.
Your test case is derived from what? Your test scenario is derived from what?
Test scenario derived from SRS or requirements of a client, while test cases derived from the test scenario.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. No issue. Can you do you have you heard of the term called as severity and priority?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you give me example where the severity is very high but the priority is very low?
Okay. Severity high, but the priority is low. Okay. 1 minute just.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, in any company, if in any company there is one login page. Okay. No. If example like we will generate one report in any company in every 6 month or 3 month. So suddenly it is possible that is that report couldn't generate. So we will put that that things in a high severity but low priority, because it is not mandatory or not required as soon as possible that the developer should resolve it, but it is as a severity it is mandatory, because the client need that report. So we will put in high severity but priority as a low.
Mhm. This report, where it is actually, the one you told, where it is this report? In any application you are talking about?
Yeah, in any application, like for example, when crystal report generate by 3 months for providing the all information to the client.
Okay, 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 fine, acceptable, no issue. I understood that you have a knowledge of severity and priority. Got it. Do you have a knowledge of API testing? Just asking.
No, no.
No one is going to ask you in an interview because they're a fresher. Have you heard of the? Have you heard about web security testing? Just asking if you have a knowledge.
Yeah, I have heard that all words, but I am not checking that video because
That's okay. That's okay. Can you tell me a few models that you have in SDLC?
software development life cycle models.
Hmm.
Okay, like waterfall model, prototype model, V&V model, spiral model, agile. Agile comes under it. Okay, agile model, then raid model, that is in previous.
Okay. Okay, fine. Can you tell me what is the disadvantage of having an prototype model?
Okay, for disadvantage of prototype model. Prototype model is I know about prototype model, but disadvantage regarding
You're aware of prototype model, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So in prototype model, first you make a dummy software kind of thing and you show it to
And
the
we
client.
will in
If he's
yes.
agree, then you make the software. So biggest disadvantage of having a prototype model is it is a time consumption. It takes a lot of time. First you make the model dummy.
But
You give,
if we can create any prototype model, or like we will do that type of model, so we can clearly requirement understand, na? Like
that is those comes under the advantages of prototype model. See, there are a lot of advantages of having a prototype model, which you said, which we are all aware of. Definitely, what you are telling is absolutely correct. But I am asking, what is the disadvantage? See, there are some people who will think from the positive point of view. There are few people who will think from negative point of view. If you follow a particular, what do you say? If you follow a particular path in your company, there are few people who will think what is the positiveness of this path. There are few people who will think what is the negative of this path, right? So positive, we all know that we will form a dummy model, show it to the client. Client will be happy.
and
In case he is not happy, we will change that. We will show it again to him, and then finally we'll make a software. So, but to make a dummy software, it takes time, right? So it's a time consumption job.
yeah,
You agree with me?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay, 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 sure. Have you heard of the term called as conditional sign-off? Just asking if you're aware of.
No,
Okay,
no.
okay. I will tell you. See, when tomorrow if you're joining some company and there are a lot of test cases to execute, but requirement, I mean, but time does not allow you to finish all the 500 test cases that you are having, and there is a pressure from the top management that you need to release the software tomorrow. So,
Hmm.
since you had a less time, you tested all the basic and critical feature of an application. You tested few modules also. If you have 10 modules in your application, you tested 8 modules. 2 modules you could not test it. You gave a conditional sign off. You signed off. You said that, okay, we can take this product to the release. Uh, we can release this particular software, but there is a condition saying that I could
Two
not.
modules and
That's what. I
yeah.
could not complete 2 testing. There was a time constraint, something which your QA manager will also accept because there is a
Okay.
pressure from top management, and then you are releasing that. So This is about conditional sign off. You are signing it off, but with a condition. Actually, this is not a fresher question, but I just asked you. Don't worry.
Okay, sure.
Have you heard of the term called as bug leakage or bug release? Just asking.
No, sir.
No issue, no issue. This is again not a fresher kind of question, but I will upload this video soon. You can have a look.
Okay.
Can you explain me what all stages that you have in STLC, software test lifecycle? I just want to know the stages that you have.
Requirement analysis, test planning, test case designing or development, environment setup, then test execution, then test closure.
Okay. It has a lot other steps as well.
I have read only this one.
Okay, no issue. So there is a term called as traceability matrix.
Okay.
Heard? You have heard of this?
Comes under the agile model, like
No, no. It comes under your STLC itself. Before test case execution, there is a traceability matrix that you need to prepare. Just telling you, you can have a look into the video later. No issue.
Sure.
No issue. If I have to ask you a final question, if a new requirement comes to you, what will be your approach? Let's take an example that you're working in a Flipkart application, Flipkart company. You know that Flipkart application is already present, right? Now I come up with a new requirement and you are the only QA working in my company. What will be your approach? How you will proceed your testing? What you will do if a new requirement is coming to you as a QA?
Already requirement are informing us, and then again new requirements are comes.
So whatever the old requirements were there, that is already released in the production. People are using it. Now there is a new requirement that has come to you. You are the only QA in the company. What will be your approach? Okay, Tejal, I will tell you something. See, whenever someone is asking this question, no, you can link this question with your STLC, software test lifecycle. In software test lifecycle, what you do when the new requirement comes, same thing is your software test lifecycle is. That is, you need to say that you will do the system study. You will understand the requirement, right?
Yeah, first. Okay, from first stage to requirement study, then again we will then do test case planning, designing. Also here we will do regression testing in it.
Okay.
In this way.
Correct. Okay. As I said you at starting, when the new requirement has come now, after writing test cases, you will not go to execute it, but before that you will prepare a traceability matrix that I told you, right?
Okay. Yes.
I mean, whenever someone is asking this type of question, you need to link this question with your STLC. Getting me right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Thanks, Tejal. It was nice talking with you. If any feedback that I have to give to you is, I think you have a good knowledge just because you're applying for a fresher. But if I just have to ask you, what is your overall of experience other than your testing field?
Other than testing field, I have completed diploma from Sigma in 2015. I have worked in project like .NET in using .NET as well as Java. Then I have completed bachelor from IGNU. There is also working in project from Android using Android.
Okay.
I have some knowledge like Java as well as Android in mobile application development. Also, I have completed one course in mobile application development, but at that situation I am not able or not getting any job, so that's why I have moved in another field. Then after this sometime or after the marriage, my family supports me to do the job in testing or my career field. So
Got it.
that's why from last 6 months I have joining the course and working in the same field, or try to move or change the field, or trying my best for the same.
Yeah, I understood. I understood. What I'm asking is, like, what is your background experience? I mean, from how long you're working?
From 2015.
15. Okay, 5 years of experience you are having, but no, not in the testing field, but in some other field. Got it.
No, yes.
So I will suggest you, Tejal, that you must start automation testing as well.
Okay.
If you're learning automation testing, then chances of getting a job will be really fabulous. Also try to learn API testing. You
Web
just, you
testing.
need not do anything, but you just need to look into the videos. You will get a knowledge. You can write it in your resume. You can add it everywhere, and chances of getting a job will be more. See, a lot of people are searching job, but how you will make
Yeah.
yourself as a different from others? By having good,
Yes, that is
more knowledge from
important.
others, right? So you need to have more knowledge. I'm telling this because you generally, when someone says they are fresher, I assume that they have completed their graduation in 2020 and now they are fresher, right? But I believe that you were graduate in 2015 or 14, right?
No, actually, I have in 2015. I have just completed diploma from Gujarat. In our Gujarat, diploma is acceptable in IT company. Then
Okay.
I have started the job, and then I have completed bachelor in current year.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
There is 1-2 year gap in between that.
That's good. That's good. That's good. So if I have to give some input from my side, I will just say that I know that you have a good knowledge, but I will just suggest you that keep on revising that so that you will have everything in your mind. I know that when I was asking you something, you were telling almost 80% of the things, but when I was reminding you
Actually,
about
the problem
20%,
is that, like, I know that is the term, and I know, yeah, that is a concept, but how to explain, or sometimes like interviewer in front of me and I am like blank. So what should do?
I will
Like that
also tell
type of
you
situation.
because what I understood from your point of view is that I will also suggest you that whenever you're reading something, no, try to relate it with the actual application. That is
Okay, so that is
when
easy for the
that
mind.
will be easy for you to understand because I know that every fresher will just mug up the definition. I mean, even I did it. I'm not denying you. I mean, so what I'm saying is when you are reading about ad hoc testing, you read about the ad hoc testing and you just know that time itself how to implement that in your application. That time it will be easy for you to, for a longer run. Because today you're a fresher. After 3 years, you won't be a fresher. You do not want to learn each and every time by a book, right? So
Yes, yes,
just
yeah.
read now and then throw the book. Just implement the same thing in your real application. When you're reading about
Yes.
test case design technique, implement that with any application that you take. Just relate it with that. You will get the knowledge. So that's that's what from my side, Tejal. It was nice talking with you. I wish you all the best for your future.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to say one thing. Your video are very good, and after seeing that video, I have gained this type of knowledge. Also, from Unicode, I have gained knowledge, but not this type. Like, easy to understand, easy to implement other websites, and as well as also. So thank you so much for that.
That's really awesome. That's really awesome. If I have to ask you, which is your favorite video of mine?
Uh, Favorite one is agile process. That is good. I'm really understand overall process using that video.
Okay, that's good. That's good, Tejal. In case in future you need any help, you can contact me on my mail ID, my Telegram account, anywhere. I will reply definitely to you.
Okay, so
Thank you,
okay,
Tejal.
thank you.
Bye.